What is up, everyone? My name is Michael Pohl with Bay Area Aquatics, and today we're going to be talking about my brand new Aquascape on my 10-gallon cherry shrimp tank. Alright, so before we get started with today's video, I just want to do a quick thing. I've got my ceiling fan on, I've got my window open, I've got a little desk fan in the corner, so the audio may be a little different than usual. My air conditioner is currently broken, and so it is a little bit past midnight. It's still 81 degrees outside, which means it's 81 degrees in my house. I've been dying. This light here produces a lot of heat, so I was gonna film this earlier, decided not to, just because I didn't want to heat up my room, and yeah. So just in case something's different, that's why you might hear some stuff from outside or whatever, so just a heads up. Also, due to popular request, we now have stickers. These are little 3" by 3" stickers. You can get these through my Patreon. I'll leave the link down below. I appreciate it if you guys would check that out. All right, so my cherry shrimp tank. So I wanted to rescape this cherry shrimp tank. When I first got the cherry shrimp, I really could care less. I got some like Java moss and some cholla wood and some things like that, and I really just wanted to see if I could keep the shrimp alive, because a lot of the Facebook groups made it seem like it was super hard to keep these things alive, and so I just wanted to see if I could do it in my tap water before I put a ton of money into the scape. And then I never really like changed it, right? I went and bought some lava rocks because I read that's what they liked, and it just kind of was a pile of rocks and a pile of moss, and I'm not really breeding these for profit, right? Like I drop some off to my local fish store occasionally, but there's more just a handful just to kind of, you know, do whatever. I want it more to be a display tank, and this is actually the first tank you see when you walk into my bedroom, and it's right up on my dresser. My 75 behind me is around the corner. My door's over there, so you don't even really see this until you're in the room. And so I wanted it to look like, you know, a nice tank. It's been this kind of ugly tank. It's the one that I see most of the time, and I really enjoy the cherry shrimp. It's actually my favorite like animal that I have to watch. I love sitting there staring at all the little babies floating around and everything like that. And so I finally decided to aquascape it a little bit better. And so I went onto Amazon and bought Dragonstone, and I bought a thing of Dragonstone. It said it was for 25 gallons worth. The label on the product description said it was roughly 20 pounds for the package. So I figured I'd be getting somewhere between 15 to 20 pounds of Dragonstone, because, you know, there's packaging and things like that that cause weight. I was actually pretty happy with what I got. I didn't even use it all. The big like 12-inch rock that I got, I ended up not using it, sitting down below. I may break that rock up and use it for a couple more little pieces around the tank, but I haven't decided yet because I don't really want to break, you know, a big like football size thing of Dragonstone. I may buy another smaller. They make a smaller one for a 10-gallon that's only like 20 bucks, so I may buy that. I also decided to take the plunge and order I think it was a 4-pack or a 5-pack, but they sent me 7 or 8 pieces, which was a really good deal, of little Spiderwood pieces, little like 8-inch Spiderwood pieces for like 10 bucks, and it was absolutely a steal. I'm super happy with them. The reviews on them are really bad, but if you read the reviews, it's people that for some reason thought they were gonna get like 20-inch pieces of Spiderwood. It's very clearly like, you know, 6-inch pieces, and so they were super great for what I got them for. I'll go ahead and leave some Amazon affiliate links down below, so if you're curious, I believe the wood that I bought is actually unavailable at the moment, but I'll link it down below, as well as I just bought another pack because I actually want some more wood in this tank, and so I'll leave that one down below as well. So the first thing I did was I started pulling all the plants, like the hornwort, which is pretty much what I got in it, the Java moss. There was a bonsai tree that I actually got from Lifegard Aquatics a while back. I appreciate he sent it out, you know, no charge, and I really like the bonsai tree look, but I just wasn't really feeling it for this tank. So I may use it in another tank, I may give it away, I may send it to someone, I'm not sure yet. But I pulled pretty much everything decoration-wise out of the tank. I pulled all the lava rocks out of the tank, and those lava rocks have been there since the tank started, so almost 6 to 8 months now. I don't really gravel vac this tank at all. I just kind of changed the water in it. And so there was a ton of mulm and debris buildup, and I knew it was gonna kick it up, and I kind of stirred it up just because I wanted to get as much of that out as possible. I also wasn't planning on scooping all the shrimp out after seeing how much debris was actually in it, and I didn't want to crush any shrimp or anything like that, or at least not crush as many as I can. I ended up scooping most of them out. I didn't scoop all of them out. I left some of them in there because I wasn't going to sit there and chase each one in murky water. But I did scoop majority of them out, probably a good 50 to 75 of them. along with I kept some of the water because in the end, I think I only resulted in doing like a 30% water change or something. I try not to change the water too much in this tank because they're a little sensitive to that. Then I went ahead and threw a hang-on back filter there with some polyfill in it. It wasn't really doing what I was doing, so I decided, screw it, I'm just gonna drain most of the water pretty much all the way down so that I can aquascape it. I was gonna aquascape it with it almost full and decided to just drain it to pretty much an inch, and there's a siren, to pretty much an inch of water, and then put the stones and wood how I want it, and then I would fill it back up. And I filled it back up with the water that I pulled out and sat in a bucket, and then I filled the last like 30% up with new water. So what I had in mind was a very rocky, very wood type of thing with the hornwort floating on top. That was kind of my idea. I thought that would look really good. I know the shrimp like all the crevices. I don't have any other fish. Like I said, I'm not trying to be able to net the shrimp out when I want them. So if I can't reach half of them, that's not a big deal to me. I just want it to look good. So I just kind of started piling rocks up in one of the corners. I put some wood, so it's kind of up there. Like I said, I decided I ended up wanting more wood, so I ordered some. It won't be here for a few days, but I'll add that to the tank once it gets here. And I think I'm actually gonna plant the hornwort off to the left side of the tank and let it kind of grow up and over the top of the tank. I may just let it kind of float in the top of the tank for now. I'm not sure yet. The other thing is the sponge filter in the tank. I know it's way oversized for the tank. I've got a little one like right here. And I've got this little run running on one of the aquarium co-op pumps on my 75 gallon, and I'm waiting for that to kind of cycle. And after about a month or so of this running, I'm gonna swap it out with the big one there. The only reason that big one is there is because when I ordered the shrimp, I wasn't planning on it, so I needed the tank to cycle, and that was the only sponge filter I had at the time, so I threw it in my other tank so it could get seated, and then I put it in the shrimp tank, and yeah, and I just haven't bothered to switch it out because, again, I didn't really pay that much attention to this tank. So after I aquascaped everything and filled all the water back up, I again put the hang-on back filter there. I've ran probably 2 or 3 balls of polyfill. They've gotten like absolutely dirty after like an hour, and I pull it out, swap it with a fresh one because it starts to clog up and it's actually starting to overfill the hang-on back filter. And so I'm having to kind of watch it every 20 minutes or so, just double check to make sure it's not backing up and overfilling. I did this aquascape probably 8 or 9 hours ago, and it's still not quite 100% clear. It looks almost like it's going through a bacteria bloom. When you look real closely, you can definitely tell there's a ton of particles in the air or in the water still. So I'm not sure if it's a bacteria bloom or if it's a just the stuff hasn't cycled through it yet. And yeah, I was gonna film this video tomorrow. It's supposed to be 105 tomorrow, and I don't know if my AC will be fixed in the morning or not. I blew a fuse. I don't know if the store's gonna have any. So I didn't want to chance and have to film in 100 and something degree house weather while trying to keep the tanks cool. So I decided to just go ahead and film it now so I can edit it tonight, and then you guys can have a video today. So yeah, I'm absolutely like super happy with how this turned out. The entire scape itself is probably like a $75 scape, right? Including the extra thing of wood that I bought. The hornwort's only like $4 or $5 on eBay. It's really, I guess, the sand technically, but that's black diamond blasting sand, so it's dirt cheap as well. And it's really a nice kind of cherry shrimp tank for not that expensive. I've also never worked with Dragonstone before, so it kind of crumbled apart a little bit. Some of the pieces, they all came individually wrapped, but you know, you take the plastic off and they broke in half or whatever. It's definitely a lot different than the Sea stone that I used in the pea puffer tank. I was kind of expecting it to be a little harder. That stuff is, the Dragonstone's really like clay, like you gotta be careful with it. And yeah, I just kind of feel like I'm rambling on now, but yeah, that's kind of it. I'm finally actually happy with my cherry shrimp tank. I'm slowly, you know, changing things around to the point where I'm like super happy with them. 75 gallon behind me is coming along great. You can see all these live plants over here in the corner growing up. Some of them have already reached the surface. I need to go through, I was gonna do it today and cut them all in half and sow them all right here where the plastic plants are. I just did not feel like doing it with the heat and redoing the tank already. So next week I'll probably cut these and move them over and pull all the plastic plants. So I finally get rid of the plastic. I've been trying to get rid of these plastic plants, but I also want to make sure there's enough cover for everyone. And yeah. I'm also debating about using the Dragonstone in this tank too. I've got Sea stone in one, I've got Mexican river rock in the beta tank, I've got Dragonstone in the shrimp tank. So I'm kind of thinking of doing a whole nother stone. So I've got like different types of looks in each one. But I really like the look of the Dragonstone, and I still have that football size piece, so I may use it in here. And order another $50 thing of stone for this and then be good with the stone. But I'm not quite sure. And as usual, I am still rambling on. So yeah, I'm just gonna plug it one more time. We've got stickers available at my Patreon. It's gonna be patreon.com/Bay Area Aquatics. I appreciate that. We've got t-shirts for sale down in the description below. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I upload a video. We're definitely gonna be doing some more cherry shrimp videos. If that's why you came, we will be doing some more shrimp videos, I promise. I know I keep saying that, but now my tank looks enough that I will actually put it on camera, so we'll do more cherry shrimp videos, I promise. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, you know what to do. Have you used Dragonstone before? I wanna know, you know, has it held up over time? I know it's super popular in the hobby. Where do you get yours? What do you pay for it? I'm always curious about that too, just because I like to save money where I can. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.